Hello. I can't see my cam.
You're fine. You're in the shot.
Archetypes. So there's the soldier, which is exactly what you'd expect. There's a character that has grenades, can summon a giant chain gun at the right time. There's our outlander, which is an explorer character. They have the ability to see treasure through walls and generally harvest materials quite quickly. So they're really an explorer archetype. Then we have our constructor, which is everybody in the world of Fortnite can build, but the constructor is really good at amplifying fortresses, and they can add.
So what are you expecting right now?
Probably more on the Assassin's Creed, honestly.
Yeah.
And pretty much that's it. I mean, more on Far Cry. The problem with Ubisoft is they're super predictable. Like, really predictable. No.
What?
I accidentally clicked on Patreon.
Oh.
What was I doing on Ubisoft?
Balancing. Like from the operators that you pick, the weapon loader that you select, or even how you use your gadgets. All that information gives us some context.
Are they already live with
we have
something?
like a focus from the community, but data and
that's the
players'
quantitative
action.
that we're seeing.
Yeah,
Might be a
exactly. So
free
all of that
thing.
gives us some context to just really target the core issue
Yeah, that's not.
and see how it's happening in the game. So, as a player, even if you're not active on social media, you can just play the game and you're already.
I mean,
helping-
they really don't care.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like Ubisoft games that are games I actually give a shit about.
None.
Yeah, I think it's like the only company I don't have a lot of games for. I have quite a number of Sega games, quite a number of Sony games, Nintendo games, but I don't really think I have too many Ubisoft games.
Well, that's the thing. Is there's probably a lot of Ubisoft games that we've both played,
Well,
but didn't know were Ubisoft.
There's games like Red Steel. That's Ubisoft, but they're not going to talk about Red Steel because maybe they will because of the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, Red Steel Switch.
They could talk about
Or maybe they're
I think Ghost Recon is Ubisoft.
Or maybe they could make a Red Steel game that uses a regular controller.
Another Ubisoft is Rainbow Six.
Which, that's a Tom Clancy game.
Yeah.
Which didn't Allman mention something, like hopefully they would announce something like that?
Yeah, Splinter Cell. That's another one. I have every Splinter Cell game twice by accident. I don't know.
Why don't you look up a list of Ubisoft games?
Because, like, I don't wanna. Oh, they make For Honor. I'm sure they'll talk about Watch Dogs, Deep, Assassin's Creed, The Crew, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Ghost Recon, I already said that, Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six, Hawks, Child of Light, Rayman, Beyond Good and Evil. I didn't know they made Beyond Good and Evil. Heroes of Might and Magic. Prince of Persia, that's another game they make.
They make Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
Maybe we could see another one of them.
Doubtful. The problem is, they hook themselves on very specific IPs and never let them go. A lot of these games I'm guaranteeing are by underlings like Anno 1404. That's probably made by contracted elsewhere. Yeah, Blue Byte mains, Blue Byte and Ubisoft. Valiant Hearts, that was probably outsourced. Oh wow, no. Valiant Hearts was actually surprisingly made by Ubisoft.
I heard that was a really good game.
Yeah. Ubisoft Montreal. Yeah, so some of these games are actually made by them. And they didn't outsource so much. I'm actually surprised. Heroes, they might have.
I mean, we could see a surprising amount of stuff that we're not realizing.
Yeah, maybe. There could be some surprises. Once again, I wholeheartedly doubt it.
Like a guy running across the stage and screaming, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's because it's the only thing they have worth a shit.
Huh. You know, they could throw everybody for a loop and do something very surprising.
And what would that be, Jerry?
Be good.
You know, after EA's, I'm really expecting them to suck shit.
Apparently, a lot of people are upset about Bethesda's still. But not for just the reasons Nauman was mentioning. A lot of people seem to be very upset about the potential of paid mods again.
Oh, yeah. I told you what happened with Steam when they tried to pull that.
Yeah, well, I actually watched a little bit about it. And the way that they're doing it is it's only... They have to approve the creators that are allowed to get paid mods.
Yeah.
They themselves are going to go through every mod and make sure everything works. It's not buggy. It's not a bad mod. Like, they're quality checking it. But this is Bethesda. They don't even quality check their own games for bugs.
Right, but that's one of the reasons I was talking about why paid mods are such a bad idea.
And someone brought up a point in the comments of one of the videos I watched on it, saying that, you know, they love the idea of paid mods because they're a modder themselves. And if they made a gun mod for Fallout, like a really good gun mod, they charged $1 for it, the amount of downloads that they would get from it being part of Bethesda's thing, even if it's split 50-50, and if it's split 50-50 like the page says it's going to be,
yeah,
the Bethesda gets 50%, the modder gets 50%. They could get about $50,000 for that one gun mod.
Yeah.
And it would enable them to make more mods, keep producing more of them.
Right.
But then someone countered and said, okay, well, look at it this way. Suppose you're not one of the approved content creators, and you go and post your mod up to the Nexus. And one of those approved creators comes along, takes your mod, and uploads it as their created program.
That happens all the time on Workshop. That happens all the time on Steam Workshop.
And he says, well, I could be able to prove it was mine. It's like, that person could just say it was his and have the same stuff. Like, it's...
Yeah.
kind of a catch-22.
In all honesty, they should never... I don't want to say you should never have paid mods. I think that there's probably a proper way to do it, but the problem is
the way somebody said is the only mods that should be paid mods are ones that expand massively, like give you extra missions, extra story, new areas, stuff like that.
Yeah,
new weapons, cosmetics, stuff like no. This is only like the big ones that expand upon stuff to motivate those modders to keep making them. Because there's so few of those mods out there because they take so long and you get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
That I could understand. Mods like that becoming paid mods.
Yeah, it'd be more like
it'd be more like
DLC.
DLC. Which I could understand that a lot more. What would you think about that if that's the type of mods that they went with?
I still have to say, how do you quantify that? Like, what do you go by to say, well, it's big? Do we go by the storage space it encompasses? Do we go by a certain amount of areas?
The actual space the time it takes to play it, considering you're good, the time it takes to play it, how much content's actually added into it.
Right, but what do you say is past that point? You have to have a point at which that becomes enough. You can't just go, oh, well, it's big, so therefore, boom. Because you could make a huge new area completely empty.
Well, that's the thing. If it's completely empty, you didn't add a lot.
Right.
Like, it's all based on the content. The
way
that it's going to work is Bethesda are going to play the mod themselves. They're going to deem whether it's enough. That's where I think the biggest problem is.
But that could be kind of arbitrary.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you need to have a base standard and say, this is what it has to be.
Supposedly, this isn't getting rid of free mods either. There's still going to be free mods on the consoles. This is just a way to get like the better mods, you know. And probably what?
Put a kitty stamp.
Where? Oh, a kitty. I thought you said kitty, like kid.
No. It's kind of funny considering what it is.
Why?
Because it's like straight up brutal Egyptian death metal. He was right on. He was like super right when he said the. Wow. I get weirded out when I order from people who aren't big sellers.
Mm-hmm.
But it was actually worked out this time. It was exactly as he described it. Perfectly.
It worked out this time.
Yeah.
What is a proxy server?
It's like a server in between the actual server. Do you know what a proxy is?
Not really, because there's apparently an option in Windows to use a proxy server. I don't want to use a proxy server. Because every time I try to, it says I can't connect.
Dealing with a virus on his computer.
Yeah, I'm trying to remove a... This particular one that I have left now isn't a virus. It's it's an ad pop-up thing. Like, it'll continuously, every time I'm trying to use the internet, it'll continuously try to pop open ads on me. And you can't just go ahead and uninstall it either.
But you have Google Chrome now, right?
Yes.
So I don't have to have the chat open here, do I?
Yes, you do.
Why?
Because I can't open Google Chrome. I can't... It affects Google Chrome, too. The only one it doesn't affect is Microsoft Edge, because that has its own pop-up blocker built in that stops it. But I can't download anything with that one. So once I find something I have to download, I have to copy the link off Microsoft Edge, go into Google Chrome, and try to get it to download before I get a bunch of pop-ups. Yeah. It's annoying as all heck.
So aren't you using Microsoft Edge for the chat?
Because it's slow as heck. No Microsoft-based web browser's good.
I could have sworn that someone said that Edge was a huge improvement over the last Internet
It's a
Explorer.
huge improvement over Internet Explorer, because I have that on here too. Internet Explorer doesn't even work. I open it up, it loads MSN, because that's its homepage for some reason, and then just crashes.
I can't believe MSN is still used.
I don't think it's actually... I think it's only used by people who have it as their default homepage and never bothered to change it.
Oh, God.
There was another comment in the video on the one of the videos I watched about it, saying that the way that it should work is kind of like YouTube's content creators program.
Yeah.
Where in order to download a mod, you have to watch a 30-second ad. And for every like 5 viewers or whatever, they get paid for it, like YouTube does.
That way
it's still free for the user.
That's how you completely ruin that. Because you can do that shit on Steam. You don't have to get ads or anything. It's like, the problem is that it kind of competes with people like Nexus Mod Manager and whatnot. And in doing that, by putting an ad there, there's no real ads in front of a mod for Nexus Mod Manager. They're on the side of the screen and whatnot. But there are no ads that pop up and go, oh, you have to watch this before you can download this mod or something. And if you had to do that for every single mod, people would just say fuck it and forget about it. So it becomes a bit of a problem. What are you doing?
I keep getting a threat detected pop up from Avast because it keeps trying to open another ad.
Different story. Just a announcement for the people here in the theater. In case of any incidents, please follow the guidance of the very
Okay, I'll pass.
Yep.
Video created by the
Oh, it's
community.
gameplay sourced from them. It's gameplay.
That game is trash, yo. Get it off the screen, dog.
What game is it?
It's The Division.
Oh.
It was a dumpster fire on release.
Basically like every Ubisoft game.
I was actually going to say the same thing, but yes. And there's Ghost Recon Wildlands, I believe, which was actually surprisingly good if I remember correctly. Oh! That guy almost died to death and you missed it.
I love how they're promoting how easy it is to just stupidly die in their games.
Yeah. It's the only thing Ubisoft games have, really, to be honest.
They have snowboarding games?
Steep.
Oh. Who cares about that?
If it's like something like Amped or SS Tricky,
He's
I'm
gonna
in.
die. They should have showed the wipeout.
That looks fucking dope. Rainbow Six, of course. Wait, doesn't Ubisoft... No, that's EA. Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's The Crew, if I'm not mistaken, that game.
Looks really easy to die in that game.
I think those are mods, actually. Is that Mafia? Does Ubisoft make Mafia? I'm so excited for pizza later. I don't know about you, though.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
I literally have no idea what made me think of that. But, pizza.
He drew a... Wow.
Drew a penis?
Yes.
Of course he did.
And they showed it.
What the
Heck
fuck?
is this game?
I won it. Surprisingly. I think it's Watch Dogs 2, actually. And that was sick.
Did he explode?
I think so. Oh, wow, that's totally not a paid...
That was totally not sarcasm.
Two minutes? Ugh. pixels of diarrhea. Ugh. Oh yeah, we're gonna hear about South Park.
Is that part of this?
Yeah.
Ubisoft?
Yeah, they're Ubisoft.
Oh, I'm actually excited for that then.
Where's the... The Peppermint Hippo. On the inside, I want to kill myself.
What? I get this to come up more. Doesn't want to cooperate.
You're just gonna yank. Oh, not that, man. There you go.
There we go. Okay. So late.
He's like, you don't even know. It's Holocaust, the video game.
That's Wolfenstein.
Actually, yeah, it is. God. Eve what? What'd you say?
Iggy Mo.
Oh, Eve Gimo.
What did I just say?
I think... I don't know.
It's a trailer.
Oh, cool.
It's a trailer.
RPM to M.
Prince of Persia.
What is this nonsense?
South Park. Oh, I think this is just an intro movie.
Probably.
When they change their logo?
Not so long ago.
Rabbids.
I remember.
It's gonna be the Rabbids Mario game. Ha!
That's obviously rated M.
Oh, definitely. It's got Mario in it. The most mature game of all time.
Hmm.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
It's that guy.
Miyamoto.
Is it not Jackie Chan?
I mean, they do look very similar.
Yeah.
He's got a bullet bill blaster.
Does Miyamoto even speak English?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe a little.
Shigeru Miyamoto, more like Shigeru Miya Poop.
It's Mega Man and Mario. Is it bad that I'm kind of excited for this game?
Yes.
Oh, they brought his translator on. Bill... I don't know his last name.
The face of Eve. I want to play with it more, though.
I do.
Launch. Impressive launch.
Launch. Finally, they give him an intro on the screen.
His hair looks fake as fuck, though.
It might be. Have you noticed the rabbit in the background that's dressed as Princess Peach?
What?
There's a rabbit dressed as Luigi and one dressed as Princess Peach in the background.
What?
Right behind Shigeru Miyamoto.
What?
It's a rabbit dressed as Princess Peach.
What?
Bill Trennan, that's his name. See? Princess Peach.
Fuck that noise. That is Princess Peach, you heretic.
There's a Princess Peach with the Princess Peach in the rabbit.
That's
costume.
a fake.
How do you know that that's not the one I'm calling her rabbit?
I don't know.
I was just bored one day.
It looks like he's crying.
Well, his game's being the primal showcase for Ubisoft in their opening game for E3.
Mm.
I'd be proud of it.
This time, you jump backwards.
It's like Mario with guns.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think if that even exists.
I don't think
Oh,
there
wait.
are.
It's called Mega Man. Sniped.
I would disagree.
Really?
Mega Man's harder.
Mega Man will fucking rip your testicles off if you're not careful.
I want to see some gameplay.
I don't want this conversation to go on any longer. You guys are taking too fucking long.
They're introducing something next. You talked over it.
So just kill yourself.
I'm actually interested in this. It's old Tom Brady.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm excited. You excited?
Yay. This is what I want to see.
Hopefully it's actual gameplay and not like... Okay, cool. It actually seems to be that way. What are they following?
I don't know.
What the fuck is up with that tube right there?
Up with the what?
Look at it, the tube!
Oh! I didn't see it.
As if they would ever fail.
Potentially save?
It's Nintendo. Are there any bad endings in Nintendo games?
I mean, you can fate in Pokemon.
God damn. Tragic.
Your characters can die permanently in Fire Emblem.
I mean like final end game, not like game over. Or, dying. I mean like... like... In the way that George A. Romero, he doesn't believe in happy endings.
There are technically bad endings in Fire Emblem because your characters die.
Yeah?
Yeah, like in Path of Radiance, two characters are like in love, and if one of them dies, the other one's a little bit sad about it. At the end game.
Well...
It's Mario Fire Emblem.
Yeah... Oh no, it's Mario XCOM.
Even better.
Alright, that is straight out of like fucking Disgaea. You could do that shit in Disgaea.
Oh my god, I want this.
Sniped.
Mario just slaughtered something.
That is fucking cool.
Okay.
That was dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment. Jesus!
Oh, my word!
Some of them RPG elements.
This looks good.
Yeah, it actually does. I'm actually surprised. He's got the vacuum!
Did he have the vacuum? I
Yeah,
missed
he
that.
did. He had the vacuum.
Yay! Ah!
Yeah, see, it's over there. It's more of like a handheld vacuum, but it is a vacuum.
It's a hand vac. Ah, that looks good.
I'm actually surprised.
A demo? That would be nice.
Oh, yeah, right, Jerry.
They just spoiled what was next. Ooh, another trailer. The hero landing.
That makes Luigi perfectly.
It really does.
Is that?
This is not music I would associate with Mario normally.
It sucks that so far this Mario has the best music. Actually, I don't know. Wolfenstein's was pretty good.
I love the humor too.
Yeah.
Yoshi!
She just executed some of them heretics. Did you just throw up a machine gun?
Was that a real toad or a rabid toad? I missed it.
I don't know, but he was running around in circles. It was funny.
Donkey Kong!
August? Dude, that's really
Seriously?
soon. Yeah, you'll be able to play that real soon, this August.
Oh, I'm gonna pre-order this.
And it's gonna be trash.
Only reason I'm gonna pre-order is just so I can have it.
Up here comes the Assassin's Creed. Yep.
Yeah, they said it at the bottom of the screen before that trailer played.
Oh.
Up next was Assassin's Creed. WWE 2K15.
Huh?
The American Revolution was the last meh before it went hugely downhill.
Yeah.
And I say meh because it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad.
Assassin's Creed 4 was apparently really good.
Was it?
Yeah. Really, honestly, the only ones that were meh were 3 and the Unity and Syndicate.
Well, Unity and Syndicate were bad. They weren't just meh. 3 was meh.
I don't remember if Syndicate was as bad as Unity, though. I don't think it was.
But I'm also biased because I'm a big American history guy because of my dad.
Yeah.
So I like the spin take on American history with it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little biased towards that one.
Right.
Microsoft did it first. Please don't be the same trailer Microsoft showed.
I would be so upset.
Me too. It is.
Is it?
Was that a camel?
I don't fucking know.
No, it's not. The way that they said it at first, with that opening line thing,
Yeah.
that was from Microsoft. That was in that. Can you play as a hippo? Really big focus on animals so far.
Yeah.
It's Nazi crocodiles.
Nazi crocodiles, go fuck yourself.
Or did you call it a Nazi alligator?
They call it a Nazi croc, but it should be an alligator because it's in the swamp.
Stupid Jews getting tired. Oh wait, no, they're actually Jews, aren't they? The slaves in Egypt.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they were
The
actually
problem
Jews.
was that a lot of historians don't think there were many Jews held by Egypt, at all. They probably would have been taken from their own people.
It looks like you actually get to face Anubis.
It's always Anubis. It's never Set or Sebek or anyone else.
It could be all of them. It could be Assassin's Creed God of War Egyptian version.
See, that would be fucking cool. That would be so cool. A God of War with the Egyptian pantheon.
I'd like to face Obelisk, Slifer, and Ra.
K.
Huh?
I said K.
On the twang.
Oh, cool. I'm so glad I get to see this gameplay. Looks so fucking cool from this camera.
Oh, the gameplay feed is coming after the show. This is just a tease of what's coming next. Or perhaps we'll summon a giant volcano to spawn underneath them and blow them to smithereens.
Doing it.
Life. Yay. You can live it, not just play it.
Cool.
You're gonna teleport people to Egypt so they can run along the pyramids? Ooh, what's this?
Far Cry?
Steve Buscemi simulator?
Nope. I don't think it's Far Cry.
Watch Dogs.
This is called Making Me Sick. Cry.
Fast and the Furious. It's a racing game. Bethesda was the only company to not show a racing game so far.
Yeah?
Yes.
Huh.
What? Take that, flat earthers.
Earth is a cube now.
An inverted cube. What's that racing game we played with the motorcycle guy flopping all over the place?
What?
For the under $20 game.
MX versus ATV?
I don't know.
Or something Storm?
Something Storm, Motorstorm.
Yeah. Oh, it was Motorstorm, yeah.
Was that by Ubisoft?
I don't think so.
Motorstorm 2?
Huh?
Motorstorm 2? With planes? Well, that's unfair.
I'm bored. Oh, come on. How long has this been on?
This is...
I mean, I'm gonna give it to him the effects of like turning and it being a different thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool, but
but it's a racing game.
I like racers, but you don't need this. You don't need this stuff.
Congratulations,
Oh, it's the crew too, apparently.
Stephanie. Are you going to debut your own 911? Agier? Do you have the audio for the stream on?
Yeah, I do.
Because it doesn't look like it's on. It's all grayed out.
Most of it is the audio, but it's just a speck.
Oh, okay. But it's hearable, hopefully?
Yeah, probably. But I wanted to turn it down a little bit further because of those 2 copyright strikes.
3.
3?
Yeah, the third one came down with a strike, too.
Oh, cool.
Yep. For the Wolfenstein trailer.
No, how could they?
It was the song that was in it.
Oh, fuck that musician.
This is another racing game, or is it still the same one?
Same one. But there aren't as many people watching this live as there were for the other 2. There's only 97,000. The Bethesda had like 120,000.
Microsoft had a lot.
Yeah, Microsoft had a lot as well.
This is so incredibly dull.
Yeah.
Racing games are so last year.
What?
I don't like racing games.
I think they're good. I just don't like racing game trailers because there's not much you can really show.
Yeah, that's the... If your racing game is good, people will buy it. Otherwise, stop making them. Why didn't you run over the guy on the motorcycle?
Might be rules to racing in this game. So it doesn't help that they seem to put this stuff in slow-mo.
Yeah. So, do you think if you get shot in both sides of the head at the exact same time, they'd cancel each other out?
No.
Why not?
They'd still have to meet in the center of your brain.
Yeah, but then the force would cancel them out.
No, that's not how that works. That's not how physics works. Sure doesn't help that he's really boring. It's a shame that he's boring. I know it's not really his fault. He's got an accent, so he can't speak as fast as most people, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on.
Yo, that shit is trash, dog. Get it off the screen. Oh, do you have the list? Have you been writing the games down?
No, I haven't. We're not talking to Norman until after PlayStation. I think he's not watching this one. He wasn't interested. The way it sounded.
What did you just say to me about my LaBouffe?
Play with your demo at the booth.
God damn. I just woke up and I'm already ready for a nap.
Yeah, that was so bad. Ooh. Visuals. Something the racing game didn't have.
Oh, South Park.
Hey. I'll probably get that.
I still haven't even played Stick of Truth.
Oh, it's a good game. It's a really good game.
Have you beaten it?
Yes.
The Fractured Butthole. I fucking love that name.
That is an awesome name now that I'm seeing it right now. I thought it was just like literally...
I think, yeah, that's the point. It's brilliant.
I'm probably going to get that if it's an actual RPG like Stick of Truth. Stick of Truth is a great RPG.
Yeah. Right, I think Ubisoft makes Homefront as well, I think.
Elijah Wood? Frodo? It is Frodo.
That's a really
I don't know either of you. Oh, Elijah Wood inside your mind is messed up.
So far, the trailer's cool.
It's okay. I'd like to see more of the actual, whatever game it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I feel ya.
No, you're not. Transference. That's it?
It was interesting for an ad.
Yeah. But it seemed more like a movie.
I think that was the point, actually. If you were paying attention.
I was, but it wasn't a good one. I wonder what this is.
Most popular franchise.
Prince of Persia? I gotta say, the way they structure their trailers is good.
Yeah.
But they need more gameplay in them.
Yeah. Most popular series.
You're dead.
That tells me so much about what the fuck this game's about. Pirates.
Oh, yes.
But what else? What is this? Skull and Bones. What the fuck? That's not what?
What is Skull and Bones?
Yeah. Didn't he say it's one of his most popular franchises?
Yeah.
No, what the fuck is Skull and Bones?
120 days. That's how long the average pirate survived a lawless life on the seas during the golden age of piracy. I'm just the creative director of Skull and Bones. And this is your chance to not just survive, but to climb the food chain and surpass the legend of every pirate who ever sailed the high seas. Since free and innovative naval combat to Assassin's Creed, we at Ubisoft Singapore have set out to bring you the ultimate pirate experience.
Oh, I get it. One of their most beloved worlds, the Assassin's Creed with the pirates in it.
Oh.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones takes place in a shared system world where you can sail solo or form a gang of pirates with your friends, and together terrorize the trade routes of the Indian Ocean. Season after season, you'll collaborate and compete with other bloodthirsty players, even as you complete the trails, in order to become the ultimate pirate kingpin. Now I'm proud to share with you the Loot Hunt, one of Skull and Bones' 5 vs 5 team-based PvP modes. Right. We've just received intel that merchant convoys rich with treasure are sailing just off the coast of Madagascar. But beware, there are other pirates also looking to plunder the PvP-disputed waters of the Indian Ocean. The precise shallows of Madagascar, located on the cusp of a bustling trade route, it is the perfect place for an ambush. Here is our gang of pirates, the raiders, going head-to-head with the gang of rival players, the cutters. Victory goes to the team most at the end of the hunt.
Do we have anybody watching?
No, why?
Curious. This is kind of boring now.
Yeah.
The trailer, I thought was good enough.
It's an interesting concept, kinda. But I'd be lying to say I give a shit about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I say it looks fun. I like the idea of being a pirate. I like the idea of using, cannons and ships and shit like that. I think it's super cool, but not exactly the best thing to show off, because naval warfare is kind of boring, in all honesty, to watch.
And the Microsoft Pirate game looked better.
Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that didn't seem like it was more,
Yeah, it didn't focus on naval combat.
It was more of a treasure hunting game than naval combat.
But the art style looked better.
I don't know.
I like the more cartoony stuff to the realistic stuff.
Yeah, I know you do, but I actually like this. I really like this style.
I mean, there's times I love realistic looking stuff, but I don't know. Why did it explode?
There's all the ammunition and shit they carry on them.
ram it.
That's what they're doing. Okay, now this is looking cooler.
Yeah. Oh, you don't get to play that?
You might be able to, I don't know. Actually, I think it's just going to be you playing as a captain with the ships.
Yeah.
Still cool.
Shoot him.
That was actually really cool, in my opinion.
It was,
Yeah.
but I thought the trailer was better than the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, I think they could have mixed the gameplay into the trailer more and make it shorter and better. What are you doing? Oh.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention. The world of Skull and Bones is one that evolves. When you act, it reacts.
Oh, it's gonna be the center point for this, isn't it?
Come on.
What the fuck?
What?
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Something just took the entire ship underwater. See?
Oh, Kraken.
Man, that'd be fucking cool.
It was the Kraken.
Fall. Wow.
Wow.
That is the latest I think we've seen, actually.
Yeah, it is.
As long as it comes out and it's good and shit, I don't care.
Just Dance.
That's what it is. I gotta take a piss. Conveniently. What the fuck?
Heck. Mortal Kombat?
No.
Light up Scorpion?
I'll be back.
Why? Yeah, this is Just Dance. No, it's Super Bubble Pop, isn't it? What? It is Just Dance. Okay.
Is that exactly what we thought it was?
I'm not sure. They showed a thing on the bottom for Just Dance 2018.
Yeah.
But the three girls in the like silver jackets were saying something about Bubble Pop.
Hey everyone, I'm Vivi Rexa, and Just Dance 2018 is out this October on all consoles. Bye!
I cannot believe
It's on the Wii U, PS3, and 360 as well.
Yeah.
You gotta ditch the old consoles.
Yeah.
This voice sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, South Park. Huh. Even that looks kind of good.
Oh, that's that voice is the guy who does all those fake commercials for South Park. I think that's Randy's voice, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. Randy Savage.
No, Randy from
Oh, yeah.
South Park.
Ubisoft Toronto. The game.
Powered by Snowdrop.
Oh, Borderlands. Atlas.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
No Man's Sky Part 2.
No Man's Sky, the actual finished game. Not Borderlands, apparently. Switch? What the heck?
Buildable amiibos? What?
Is this a space battle game?
That'd be dope as fuck.
Breaking atmosphere.
Is this what Star Fox should have been?
Probably. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want you to get upset. Looks like we're gonna get a actual Star Fox game.
Hold on. This is a third-party Switch game.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see that already.
Fall. That's.
I think I like this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you can actually customize your amiibos and shit like that, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, that is. Hi.
Bye.
Do you think his mother's name is Flower?
And of course, all the really cool toys. At Ubisoft Toronto, we built a team with a dream of bringing those amazing childhood memories back to life. Starling, Battle for Atlas, allows you to take control star system, fighting to save Atlas from the Forgotten Legion. Build your custom starship, and then adapt to new challenges on the fly. Link extra armor and heavy weapons to take on a huge legion prime. Search for ancient secrets lost on the worlds of Atlas, or outrun outlaws through an asteroid field. Freedom is at the core of Starlink Battle for Atlas. Collect your way with both physical starship collectibles and digital versions available, and even take your game on the go using the power of Nintendo Switch.
It's on all 3 consoles.
Visit
Huh.
Fall of next year.
And stay tuned for many more surprises.
That's interesting.
Thank you.
I'm intrigued. What are you doing?
Checking my Facebook. It says I have something. I thought man messaged me or something.
Third-party games coming to the Switch seems like a good step in the right direction.
Hmm.
I'm the studio director at Ubisoft Annecy. It's a pleasure for me to be back on stage after our announcement at E3 last year. And we have had since then a full year of support and continuous development of Steam. Since the very beginning of this project, we have been working
Please
with
tell me the
athletes
sequel's going to be
who
called
have always been
Steep
impressed
Sudden Drop.
by their passion and dedication. We learned how one champion spent 300 days a year on a trampoline to
What?
practice for that perfect
You sicken me.
Why?
we learned
You sicken me.
how make more than 6 million turns to practice for the 15 they have to racing competition. These athletes, they travel to
Athletes.
train with the best,
These athletes, Jay.
with the strongest,
I look at
challenge themselves with the most
She sounds like Arnold
experienced
Schwarzenegger on feminism bills.
No, she doesn't.
and dedication that goes well beyond our everyday lives. And when you talk to the very best of these men and women, you realize that there
Did
is
you just
something
assume
they
their
always
gender?
have in back of their minds at all times. It's a dream that takes years of preparation for just one go at that unforgettable moment. This December, with our first steep expansion, this is the journey you will take. Enjoy.
Oh, it's an expansion. Sudden drop. Where are you going?
Water.
Water's not allowed.
Water.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes.
You can't have your water. Oh, yay, copyright.
Yeah. This is probably the most. This is going to be copyrighted on so many
Oh,
levels.
yeah. So far, this is impressing me a little bit more than I expected it to.
What?
But at the same time, it's boring me more than I expected it to.
Yeah. The only two games that really got me was Skull and Bones, and that was pretty boring. And the Mario game.
The Mario Rabbids game and the Starship game got me.
Yeah, that actually looked really awesome as well. So there's like 3, but they didn't show much of the Starship game.
I know this would be a horrible cash grab, and nobody but me would like it. Only because of what my channel is, I would love it. Blind bags of these things.
Oh, no. That would be so fucking stupid.
It would be. But I would love to open them on my channel trying to get them.
Oh, man, I just opened the same thing 7 times in a row. I'll never get any of those.
No, I mean, I don't mean like a normal blind bag where like the odds of actually getting a good thing are very rare. I mean more like a booster pack of cards where you have decent odds to get what you want, but just with the toys. I mean,
that'd be an expensive fucking blind
Oh, I
bag.
know. It'd still be horrible. But just for the sake of my channel, I kind of like it. It's a trailer.
Far Cry 5.
Or is it still Steep stuff?
Definitely Far Cry 5. Now, did you hear Amazing Grace in the background?
No. Now I do. Please be. That's it for Far Cry 5.
I think it was just the intro.
Yeah, unfortunately. We got President of the United States, Donald Trump!
Hi, my name is Dan Hay.
Hi, Dan.
Executive producer of Far Cry the brand, as well as the creative director of Far Cry 5. I'd like to introduce you to Hope County, Montana. Vast, beautiful, rugged. A place where people don't even lock their front door anymore.
And where your mother could be your sister.
Today, Hope County's been overrun by a fanatics cult. You find yourself trapped deep in cult territory, cut off from the rest of the world. They've closed the roads. There's no cell phone signal, no 911. People are fucking scared. That's it.
Let's applaud just the fact that he used the F word. Who cares? What's the point?
I don't think you're supposed to swear on the stage, is why. It's edgy.
They swore last night at Bethesda's.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you're gonna need to raise some help.
He's got an awesome voice.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a voice made for radio.
He's got a face made for radio, too.
Like you?
Yes, actually. I've actually been told that before.
That you have
The person meant to say voice and they apologized to me afterwards, but yeah. It was at work. Borf, borf. I don't know how I feel about this.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not.
It's kind of hard to fuck up the Far Cry formula, though.
I wonder if you could save that guy if you decide to shoot him. Or if this is a cutscene.
I have no idea. Amazing accuracy.
The fact that it was in time with the boom, 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 boom was awesome. Boomer! I love him. He's so cuddly.
Oh, I love that dog now. Bring me fucking firearms. Oh, that is cool.
Nick Rybread. Okay, if the dude's got an airplane, why can't he go to the outside world and get help?
They might not care enough. I'd imagine. Wait, what did I miss? Really, Swan, you really didn't miss anything.
You missed Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, Mario and Rabbids. There was some star shooter game
where you had like customizable amiibo builds that you change the way that you play the game.
The Crew 2 and Steep Expansion and Skull and Bones, which is a pirate game, like actual naval combat, like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that, but like only the naval combat of that. Actually, pretty cool, I thought.
Mario and Rabbids was pretty neat.
Yeah,
it was like Disgaea mixed with Mario, mixed with Rabbids, mixed with
XCOM.
Mixed with XCOM.
It was pretty much XCOM Disgaea crossover with Mario characters.
And Rabbids.
Yeah.
And funny.
Yeah. This guy is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know why I'm thinking it's a very serious game.
It is not at all.
No, it's not.
The Prinny's entire existence is to say dude.
Ooh, what's this? BioShock.
Nope.
heck? No. I don't like realistic human animals.
Anthropomorphized animals?
Is that a human lady next to him?
I don't know. I think so. I don't understand.
I don't know. It's human ladies, but all the men are animals.
I
don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? Looks like it has potential, I guess.
I guess.
But what is it? What the fuck am I looking at, though?
I don't like the animal people.
Yeah.
They're horrifying looking.
It reminds me of Beyond Good and Evil, but I don't know if that's the game this is supposed to be.
They were supposedly working on one. But why would it be Ubisoft? Aren't they Rare?
No. Beyond Good and Evil is Ubisoft. That's what we might be actually looking at Beyond Good and Evil 2 right now, which would actually explain all the anthropomorphized animals with humans.
It wouldn't make it any less horrifying that they're looking realistic.
I think it's just for the trailer. Yeah, I think it is. I think that's supposed to be Jade.
I don't like this.
You've never played the first Beyond Good and Evil, have you?
No, but they're cartoony. I don't like a realistic version of these animal things.
Yeah, they do look gross.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I am so ready for that.
I don't like the realistic animal people.
It's a trailer. It was clearly not in-game.
It still has to mimic the in-game graphics to an extent.
Not really.
You can't show that and then have, like, cartoon characters running around.
I don't think it's going to be hyper-realistic like this. Because the first game wasn't hyper-realistic. Is he crying?
Yes.
First of all, I want to say a big thank you to all the teams who worked very, very, very hard on creating.
Oh man, I want to play Beyond Good and Evil now. I have it actually for the PS3.
Yeah, I want also to say thank you to you with all my heart. Thank you for making this happen. This is just amazing. And also a special thanks to the fans, Beyond Good and Evil, for sticking with us for so long.
The game's gonna be a train wreck.
Huh?
It was gonna be a train wreck.
What?
This.
Why do you think it's going to be a train wreck? Because he can't hold himself together?
No, because people have been waiting for it for so long. It's not gonna nearly live up to expectations.
That's possible.
It was a time when corporations create hybrids in their labs and enslave them to colonize the stars. in order to compete for power and cosmic resources. With our crew of crazy and unforgettable characters, we fight in the name of freedom and the right to determine our own fate among the stars. And we will helm massive star-faring vessels through territories as spectacular as they are dangerous.
We've been working very hard.
The audio for the stream isn't picking, I
For
think.
3 years. And today, we have a seamless online playground.
How's that?
Is that any better? Can you actually hear us? Hold on.
We can explore mysterious cities and discover unknown lands by ourselves or with friends. And we want you to participate in the making of this great adventure. Join our Space Monkey program.
Is it us or the stream we're watching?
Today, and let's make you an evil, a world that will challenge us and bring us together for fast adventure, thrills and fun. And if just join us. This is. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
I can't even check it on this computer because it'll create an infinite loop of audio. Well, I just turned it up, so hopefully I fixed it.
The power of creating games that will amaze.
It wasn't. It's not us though.
No, he can hear us.
Okay.
To grow and to get better.
Hopefully that fixed it.
Congratulations.
Is this the last game?
So now, I would like to thank everyone here in the room and those who are watching us from home.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening today and thank you for playing our games. So to all the teams at Ubisoft, thank you for your incredible imagination and enthusiasm.
It's better now, of course, as soon as it ends.
Yeah.
We wish you all
Whatever.
a lot of fun playing games this year. So thank you very much and have a great E3.
Should I just mute it now?
I said, wait till we're sure this part's over. Because remember, Bethesda came back with that Wolfenstein trailer when they were saying it was ending. Look, it's Mario. Oh.
Okay, wait, look, most
Same thing.
importantly, it's not over. The show is not over, folks. We're going to send you back to the home base behind the theater. We have 30 minutes of an exclusive... What was it? I lost it. I said
Yeah, it's just gameplay now.
Origins.
Okay.
Exclusive. Gameplay, 30 minutes.
Yeah, we can end
right
this
now.
now.
Let's go back to home base outside the theater. Thank you for...
So, while me and you have a little discussion, no man's not going to be here.
Yeah. Very underwhelming.
It was underwhelming aside from a few points.
Yeah.
I really like the Mario Rabbids in the Starship game.
I got excited for Beyond Good and Evil 2, but beforehand I didn't know what that was.
Yeah,
because
and
honestly, it's one of those franchises that a lot of people love. A lot of people like the first game, but they just never thought it to be possible for them to make a second.
I don't like the giant change in graphic styles.
What do you mean?
From the first to that one.
I don't. Once again, that's not in-game footage. That's not. I don't even know if that's a cutscene at all.
It is in-game footage, whether or not it's cutscene or what. It still has to display in-game graphics. Otherwise, it's a gross misrepresentation of the game and
Not
an offense
necessarily.
and a suable offense. Because you can't misrepresent something that drastically.
It's a cinematic trailer, because if you're going to play that game, Nintendo did the same thing when it was announcing Wind Waker. They pulled this other Zelda game, remember, and they showed that off.
They didn't announce
and
Wind Waker.
They could just be a cinematic trailer, which is a cinematic trailer and gameplay is two different things.
You're completely misunderstanding what... That was not a trailer of any kind for Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tech demo for the Nintendo GameCube. Everyone assumed it was footage of the next Legend of Zelda game. They never said it was or ever would be footage of a Zelda game. It was just showing off the capabilities of the GameCube. Wind Waker is something completely different from what that tech demo was.
I don't know if that... The thing is I think this is a cinematic trailer. There are a lot of games that don't use the in-game graphics for cinematic trailers.
They would have said not in-game footage. It didn't say anywhere on there it's not.
But it also
in-game
didn't
footage.
say, it didn't say that it was actual gameplay or actual in-game footage or in-engine. So
it's a game trailer. If it's not using graphics that are in-game, they have to say not in-game footage.
I don't know.
Otherwise, they are misrepresenting, and that is against...
I don't know if that's correct, though, because that leaves it very much for open interpretation. It's not... if they said actual in-game footage, that's false advertising. What you infer from this is that a lot of games...
But they have to say that it's not in-game footage. It's just a cinematic trailer. You can't have a trailer of two people sitting there. If you're doing something for a video game, say it's the one with the actors, Elijah Wood and whatnot, they said not in-game footage in it.
Yeah.
Because none of it was featured from game. It was real actors and whatnot.
Right, but I don't know if it did say that and we just missed it, because in all honesty, we were more taken aback by the characters and really not focusing on anything else.
I was looking. It didn't say anything. I
don't know if you were looking close enough. Because, like I said, I don't even know if that's necessarily something you have to do or just a nicety, because in all honesty, if they were to...
Even still, it's probably upscaled, for cutscenes and whatnot, but it's still too big of a leap in graphic styles for me, from the first to the second.
I don't know.
It's not like a case like Legend of Zelda, where the jump from Wind Waker to Twilight Princess, and they're all different games. They're not canonical. They're not sequels to each other.
The thing with the Beyond Good and Evil, the first one, it's not. It wasn't super cartoony. It was somewhat realistic.
It wasn't super cartoony, no, but it wasn't super hyper realistic either.
Right, which is why I don't think... That's why I'm saying I don't think that's an actual in-game footage. I think that's a cinematic trailer.
It looks horrible. Cinematic or not, it's a horrible way to represent the game. Absolutely horrible.
I agree, because I didn't know what the fuck it was.
If that's what the game looks like, I don't like the look of the animal characters.
Once again, I don't think any system's capable of that kind of graphical stuff right now. No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The graphics weren't that impressive.
They look pretty close to a DreamWorks picture or something like that. It was pretty fucking hyper realistic.
It was hyper realistic, but it was still video game feely, especially the way the characters moved.
I don't know.
It's a disturbing look for the animal characters.
I agree.
And if that's what they look like in game, I don't like it at all. At all.
I agree with you. I don't want them to look like that in game, but what I'm saying is I don't necessarily think that's going to be a reflection of what the actual game. I don't know how much of that game's even actually done. Once again, if it's just a cinematic trailer to get people hyped, it's one thing. If they do show that kind of graphics, I'm going to be upset because it's not what the original Beyond Good and Evil looked like. It wasn't super realistic. It had a cartoony edge to it. Of
course, it would have to be updated for modern times, whatnot. It'd have to have better graphics than it did,
right? But there's still an air of cartooniness.
Yeah. Like I said, the jump between Zelda games like Wind Waker, they're different games. They're not supposed to be sequels to each other.
Right.
I mean, granted, the jump to Wind Waker at first was very off-putting to some people, but the game made up for it, and that art style is actually really good for the game. The game builds around the art style, and it works really well.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. They're all vastly different art styles, but that doesn't matter because then they don't follow each other. The only ones that do look like each other, Wind Waker to Phantom Hourglass to Spirit Tracks, they're supposed to be all kind of sequels, and they all follow the same art style.
Mm.
Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they're sequels. Of course they follow the same art style, the same engine and everything.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. The ones that are supposed to follow the same art style, they're the same games, it works. I don't think it works for that.
I don't think it would work either.
And I still think they should have called the steep expansion over the sudden drop.
Yeah, I know you should. I don't agree.
Just like a sheer cliff.
No.
But aside from that, okay, we never actually graded Bethesda last night.
I think I'll probably give it an A.
A minus.
I would give it an A.
I'm giving it an A minus because they weren't clear enough about the mod stuff, and I'm very curious about that.
I in all honesty, I don't give a fuck about the mods.
I know, and I don't really either. But when you make it a part of your broadcast, you should really be more specific about it.
Yeah.
And the other reason I give it an A minus, Dishonored looked horrible.
Yeah.
And the card game looked horrible. Granted, the end of the last 3 games were awesome looking. I don't think that's enough to make up completely for the first part of it.
You're right.
Like, that's why I'm giving it an A minus.
I think I might have to give it an A minus as well.
The trailer for the Skyrim part of the card game looked like it was about to be awesome. I think that should have been for Skyrim Switch.
Yeah, the problem that was very misleading. We all thought it was coming to an end, and there was something new starting, and there was like Elder Scrolls card game. Fuck you.
Yeah, it was more of the card game stuff. Elder Scrolls Legends, I think it's called.
Yeah, something stupid like that.
Granted, yeah, you got to announce the new expansion for it. Whatever. Should have done that before you showed the logo the first time.
Yeah. It just seems like everyone's got to have a card game nowadays. Like,
which, that's not exactly a bad thing.
It depends on how you go about it.
I mean, you activated my trap card. If you can say that in any card game, it's worth it.
Yeah. So can you ever say that in Pokemon?
No. I mean, you can, but it doesn't mean anything.
You activated my trap card, but see, Magikarp.
This is slightly off topic, but speaking of Pokemon, every time I play the online Pokemon game, I always get so nervous during my turns because I'm so used to Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can mess with your opponent during their turn with trap cards and whatnot. There's nothing like that in Pokemon, so I'm like, okay, if I do this, can they do anything to stop me?
Yeah,
but they can't. That's not how the game works.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Yu-Gi-Oh made us really paranoid.
Yeah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh though. I wish they didn't ruin that.
Yeah, I would probably still be playing Yu-Gi-Oh if it weren't for the stuff like that.
I'm really surprised that, there's a lot of big companies that aren't getting any love right now. I've only seen, have they shown anything from Sega at any of these press conferences?
Nope. I don't think so.
I mean, Sony tonight might show a Sega game. With Yakuza, like you're thinking.
But the problem is that, it seems like Microsoft focused a lot on indie devs. Like, they even had an ID section, indie dev section, where they showed that Fox game, and they showed the last night.
That Fox game was so misleading. Well, I don't like how they started that, showing the tail. That soul looked like it was about to be conquered.
Yeah.
And it sounded like the crowd started cheering at that point until they saw that it was a stupid little fox. I thought that would have been a great trailer for Conquer if they did that, had the fake lead with the tail, have people start booing, and then Conquer come in and kill it. Or something.
Yeah.
I think that would have been hilarious.
We gotta play Conquer's Bad Fur Day for our channel.
The funny thing is, I've never even really played the original Conquer game.
We'll have to play it then. I haven't.
Thinking about it, I've never actually really played it.
It's a lot of fun. There's only one part I hate, and I'm gonna throw it on you.
What?
I'm not gonna tell you the part.
You
haven't
played
played
giant poo, is it?
No, that's fucking hilarious. I love that part.
Okay.
There's only one part that really isn't good to me. Everything else I have a lot of fun with.
See, I'm trying to think of what Microsoft showed that was different than it expanded outside the usual parties for them.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything from Sega, nothing from Konami even. There's been nothing from Konami on here. Konami's normally trying to cash grab at E3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised to see nothing from Konami at Microsoft. I'm saying I'm surprised there's no third-party things so far, really. We've only seen one console's show so far. I keep forgetting that Sony's hasn't happened yet.
It happens later on tonight.
I know. For some reason, I'm thinking Sony's was just so forgettable, I'm not thinking of anything from it. Which is a shame, because I think it's actually going to be one of the more entertaining ones.
It could be, or they could just flop. Because the problem is that, Bethesda blew it out of the water for me. I thought that was unreal.
Honestly, I think Ubisoft showed the thing I'm the most interested in so far. However, Bethesda still has the best trailer. That...
Evil Within?
Evil Within 2's trailer, I loved that.
Yeah, that was
loved the trailer.
It was brilliant.
But Ubisoft definitely has my favorite thing so far. That's the Rabbids Mario game.
It does look a lot of fun.
And I love those type of games. Like, I love XCOM, I love Fire Emblem. I love those. I'm so into that.
Alright, I think we should end it, though.
Yeah, you don't have anything to say?
No, but we have to grade Ubisoft. I don't think we did. We graded Bethesda because we forgot about it.
I have a B minus.
Oh, dude, that whole show was boring. That show was entirely boring, though.
That's why I'm giving it a lower-ish grade, but I can't say it's a D because a good portion of the games appealed to me. They just kind of dragged the trailers on a bit too long for some of them. Like the pirate game, that was too long. I liked the look of it during the trailer. When they started showing the gameplay, it started getting like, okay, you could have shown some of this. You didn't need this whole thing. You know, it kind of dragged a bit too much there. The Mario Rabbids game, I don't think they showed enough of. I want to know...
they might actually talk more about it during Nintendo's press conference.
I'm kind of expecting a bit more from Nintendo's side of things. Like maybe Nintendo's will reveal an amiibo for it or something. Because, you know, everything's got to have an amiibo nowadays. That they didn't show enough of that Starship game either. Which, again, Nintendo might show a little bit on that, too. I don't know. This is the most Nintendo love so far. EA didn't have any Nintendo love.
Yeah.
I think they just said that FIFA was coming to Switch. Like, in the little blurb thing at the bottom, but that was it. They didn't show anything else for Switch. Bethesda only showed Skyrim for Switch. Wolfenstein should come to Switch.
Like I said, I don't know.
Did they show the consoles it was coming to?
I don't know.
Remember.
Like I said, I really don't know how Wolfenstein would fare on the Switch.
I just think it'd be awesome.
I think it would be really cool. I would like to see it on the Switch, but it's just one of those games that's very intense.
I mean, wasn't the original Wolfenstein on the 64?
No.
Or was that Doom?
That was Doom 64, but that was all pixel art.
So?
I'm just saying. Yeah, that's the thing that should be on the Switch, but that's once again a really, really intense game.
Doom VR?
No,
VFG.
Just Doom.
I don't know.
There's a lot of fucking games that they would have to sacrifice a lot of their artistics.
Well, you wouldn't exactly have to sacrifice artistic stuff, just the graphics.
Right, but in doing so, there's a lot of things that would kind of, I think, would be missed.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
I think the first time I booted up Doom, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, it blew my mind seeing that.
I don't know. Yeah, let's put an end to this for dinner somewhat soon.
All right.
We'll be back on at 9 at like 8:30, 9 o'clock for Sony starts at 9.
So 8:30.
So we'll be on like at 8:30 for Sony.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody who's watching this after the fact.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.